Hello, my name is Rory from Kildinan farm. We're an organic farm located in the hills surrounding Ballyhooly in North Cork. I was a printer all my life. I was made redundant 7 years ago, and with that in mind, myself and my wife bought this place 15 years ago, and we decided to use the land to try and make a living. With that in mind, we started to grow seasonal veg for a box scheme and for a local farmers market, and that's where we started. And since then we've been able to supply to some of the major retailers, and that's really where our business has grown as of late. The last 2 years we've really grown. I suppose we've doubled every year since we started. We went through the Food Academy last year with Musgraves, and that was a great opportunity to get into as many super values as we wanted. At the moment we're in 10, and that's probably all we can handle at the moment because the demand is so great. And for us, that's really our stepping stone. That's really was our launch pad to really make our business secure. Up to that, we were kind of making a living, but we couldn't really get ahead. Where this year, we did a lot of work last year with the Food Academy, and this year we're really paying dividends on it. Supply mixed leaves, spinach, rocket into the super values with kale as well. And then we do a box scheme for 40 to 50 local families, and that's seasonal veg all year round. And we also do a local market in Fermoy 1 day a week. There's a lot of work involved. We have a small tractor, a rotavator. There's a lot of skills that I've had to learn that obviously I didn't have growing up in Dublin. And that's I suppose the exciting bit about it. It was very enjoyable, it's very challenging, it's all new. It's still very fresh 7 years later. I just think the potential and the possibilities of it are they're huge, it's incredible. I think we're very undervalued in this country for growing local produce. Tunnels make it very easy, and they're inexpensive to put up if you can put them up yourself, but they give you full year-round production, and that's what we need, especially with our winters. We went organic. It's something we've always believed in. Whenever we could afford to, we'd buy organic produce, and we grew veg here ourselves for a short period of time before we decided to take the plunge. And it was just a no-brainer. I didn't want to use chemicals, didn't want to use sprays. I wanted to learn how to grow properly, the old-fashioned way with modern techniques. Use farmyard manure, our own compost and green manures, and it's a continual learning cycle, and I'll always keep learning about it. We're not that much dearer. And some of the standard conventional veg is very cheap. I don't know how those farmers are actually making any money, but we get a good price for ours because we sell it direct at a farmer's market and in a box scheme, and then we get a very good price from Super Value with our lettuce, our spinach and our rocket. Our hens, we have organic hens. They've more room than most people would have in their back gardens per hen, but the eggs are lovely. We don't sell them too dear. They sell out every week. We don't make much money on them, but the fertility we get from their bedding every week is worth gold to us. They're part of the farm, they're part of the biodiversity, they're part of our cycle here, so they just fit in beautifully, Yeah, well, our lettuce now would be our biggest seller, and it's because the leaves are picked, they're not cut, so we pick each individual leaf every day. They're unwashed, they get mixed with a certain combination of leaves. During the summer we'd have probably 10 different types of leaves in the salad bag. In the winter we'd have about 5. So it's a unique product, it's fresh, it's picked and delivered the same day, so it's quite unique, so we're very proud of that. I suppose the best advice is to be patient, to read as much as you can, to be passionate about it. If you're not passionate about it, I don't think you'll stay at it. We're just a bit fanatical about it, but we sleep, eat and breathe it, and I think anybody who does that with anything they love, they become successful at it. So I think that's part of our success. Some people who have tried this haven't succeeded, and maybe it's because it got too much, and it can be quite demanding. I suppose it does accommodate. My wife gets to drop the kids to school and pick them up. She gets to do their homework with them. A lot of mothers can't do that. Kids are with childminders and in creches, so we don't have that. But it's hectic. You're probably doing 70, 80 hours a week, probably for half the year at least. And then the other half in the winter, you kind of do wind down. You might do 30 hours a week, 20 hours a week. So you have to go with the weather. You have to go with the season. If the day is dry, you have to work outside. If it's wet, you work inside. You don't have any choice. You go with whatever nature decides.